If I could just stop bumping the mic. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. This is Art to the Round Table. My name is Mello, and we're going to keep going on with this piece here. We're going to put some paint on it today, this morning, May 14th. I hope the sun is shining on you. I hope the weather is nice. I hope you're having a fantastic day so far. All right. Finished drawing this yesterday. Last thing I did was add the clear gesso, so it has a weird little shine to it. You might not be able to see it because I closed the blinds behind me, but there is some shine. There it goes. That is the shine, and I added some masking fluid, which really smells. This thing smells. It stinks. For the titles, because it's just too much, and I drew her into the titles. Anyway, I have on. Today we're gonna work a lot on the background. Got my sip of Joe. I hope you guys have anything. Some tea, no sodas. Natural juices, please. Some tea. All right. All right, let's do this. Let me just welcome the peeps. Welcome. I'm going to say the same thing I say to you. Welcome and welcome back. Thanks for joining me, honestly. Tappa tappa. Joining me. I can't spell. Joining me. Pull up a chair at the table. Make sure to say hello. All right, let's do this. See what I messed up, man. I cleaned my palette. I reactivated and smoothed out my jellies. They were drying up. I lost my violet to some mold. If that happens to you guys, if you're using Hemi gouaches or these type of pan gouaches, just chuck it. The moment you try to clean and eliminate it, you're gonna possibly contaminate the other colors and paints. Just chuck it. They're not, I know saying that in this time when everything being so expensive is like, Mel, you're crazy. If you can clean it without contaminating your other colors, go for it. But I don't recommend it. I really don't. I've tried, believe me. Your boy is frugal. Your boy is frugal. So I've tried and unsuccessfully. Microphone is slipping because So let's do some washes. Hopefully this stuff will dry up pretty quickly and we can start working on the figure. But I'm looking for a canopy feel, so it's going to be blues on the top, a grayish blue, and then maybe we could do some greens in the bottom. I don't really know. I'm still trying to find something that works aesthetically for me, and I think that might be it. I'm just going through Pinterest to see what I can crib from what's there. I like blues. I like greens, of course, the greens and the blues. But I kind of like that. And nothing's set in stone. We're gonna play around here. So let's do some gray. Let's dilute some of these colors. I used to have these paints listed. I don't anymore. I got them somewhere. I got them in a color wheel somewhere. And I got, let me see here. I'm going to move this over. So I'm going to say outright, I'm not really comfortable using this smooth surfaced gesso. So doing this wash is a really good idea because it'll add a bit of texture and bite. Give me 1 second, y'all. Morning, sweetheart. I love you too, baby. I'm just gonna add some of this, a darker blue. One day I will try to memorize the colors, but honestly, I don't try to detract or new people. I'm always talking about new painters or new artists. Not necessarily young in age, but young in the process, and you don't gotta worry about the colors, the names of them, honestly. I don't. But then again, I am me. Should you learn them? Yes, of course. Just don't, you know, I gotta learn them today. Alright? And we're gonna create a vignette effect, so it's gonna be darker up here. So we're gonna play with those tones now. That's a lot. Like I said, I juiced these up yesterday. But I'm already getting the mood here. The paper is wet. What's up, Saboteur? But not too wet, which is why the brush is splitting. Hold on, Saboteur. Let me get you the link. Chiboy, because I appreciate you. Yeah, the mobile view is turned 90 degrees so that you can see the whole image instead of crop. Because when I'm painting, I like to go I like to go both ways. I like to paint the whole picture. Where am I? Where am I? That's inappropriate. Still too early to be inappropriate. Here, for the full desk experience, click here. Yeah, I hear you, Sab. I can't start a routine and then not keep up with it. Good morning, brother. How you doing? I'm going to introduce a little bit of going to see how much atmosphere I can add. I start adding even some yellows. Caleb, how you doing, man? They call him the mellow yellow. You remember that? Who sang that song? I can't remember the artist. It's too old. It was before, I think it was before I was born that song came out. So, that ages you, Caleb. And good morning, brother. What's this? Good morning. We're all aged. That's only old people wake up this early to be trying to paint something. It's an interesting effect I'm getting up there. I wonder what's happening. I wonder there's too much. It's too much of something. Can't quite. I don't normally start this way, Seb. So what I'm doing, I'm just creating a wash. I'm trying to create atmosphere in the background. The background really is the only thing I didn't use any reference when I was drawing. I had an idea. The only thing I drew in was kind of like this trunk, or whatever, some type of trunk here that curled around. So what I'm doing is I'm going into. I have like three different looks in Pinterest of jungle canopy, and they all have the same thing. Blues and greens and yellows mixed around. So I'm trying to use a little bit of just tomfoolery here to see if I can just get something a little bit creative and satisfying. In the end, it really doesn't matter. I'm not trying to make it too precise, but yeah, it is really wet. As you can see here, I got a lot of a lot of moisture on my palette because I want it to dry smooth. This is the gesso I used for this paper and that I've been using lately is smooth textured. I might have to use a smaller brush. See how it keeps splitting? It's not enough. Did I play GNR? What's GNR? I'm trying to... Gee, how come that sounds familiar? You can see now I'm making... It's too early, man, to make me guess. It's too early, man. Guns and Roses. Jeez Louise. You said played. I'm thinking video games, and I'm like, that's not Ghost Recon. That's not Wildlands. What's he talking about? No, man. You hear the music I play in the background. It's go to sleep music. It's all in the mind, man. But you know what's funny? It's how the world is, right? Because everything's listening. When I first drew this, when I started drawing this over last week, the Christopher Lambert Tarzan movie was playing. Said that's dope. Watched it. I have a digital version of it, so watched that. Then they played it on television. Watched it again. Yesterday, after I finished drawing and clearing it as I was waiting, and the gesso dried, I was doing the this crap, how can I remember the masking fluid? They were playing the Tarzan Disney version, and then soon after they played the The Lion King. So as I was enjoying the movies, I was doing some visual studying. Because I'm a nerd. And speaking of nerds, R.I.P., I'm going to get his name. The actor that played Ogre from Revenge of the Nerds passed away. I think he passed away yesterday. Donald Gibb died. He passed away. So, R.I.P. Donald Gibbs. Yeah, man. Bloodsport. He was awesome. All right. So I think that's not a bad wash. It got greens, it got blues, it got enough in the background that I'm going to use a little bit more pigment. It's still very wet. I don't know if you guys can see. Well, you guys can see it up here, kind of. Move my palette camera here. And all I really want to do is start emphasizing their shadows. I think it'll look cool if I can get some flesh tones coming out of these greens and blues. When Bolo passes, yeah, man. What an icon that dude is. What an icon. He was great in Double Impact with Van Damme. Silent Killer. He was great as Bolo. Yeah, because Bolo Young is not his real name. He was great as Bolo in Enter the Dragon. I kind of lost some of my shading. The one thing I've tried to be careful with gouache when it comes to washes, you really do have to let some of these dry if you're trying to add more vibrant colors above it so that they won't get muddy. My paper is still kind of wet, so it's just blending in. Nova Draws, how are you? The leg form. The front one, back one? Yeah, dude, that reference is great. It's so interesting because I've looked at that reference for quite some time. And obviously it is a obvious Spider-Man pose. That's kind of like the cool thing of being a rebel artist. I didn't want to draw Spider-Man. I've drawn him so many times lately, and I have another idea for Spider-Man soon for Spider-Man Noir. Is it Spider Noir or Spider-Man Noir? Yeah, anyway, that I'm like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to. What else can I use it for? And it's such the 3-point pose. It's so good. So. All right. I kind of lost some of my pencils in this wash. This is where you kind of have to leave the pencil artist out of it and start thinking like a painter and worry about the broad shapes. It's kind of interesting the way the mind ends up having to shift and adjust for one piece. If you're a mixed media or if you're one of these artists that I'm trying to become where you're trying to do everything, and peeps, man, as you know, the AI stuff is coming after us, and AI does everything. Doesn't do it well, but it does it. It does it, and people don't really care if you do it well as long as you do it fast. We already know. Because you already know. That's just the truth. We want it fast and then we want it right. So, you can't limit yourself to just a pencil. You have to broaden everything, every part of your artistic drawer has to be full, man. I'm telling you. Longer, harder, faster AI. Yep. Yep. Yeah, man. We all think it's cute when it's fast, right? Look how fast it is. And then we still feel secure in what we have because it's fast and outdone, right? Like try cooking a burger fast. You're gonna eat a lot of raw burgers, but it'll be done. It'll be done fast. When the algo and everything starts not only doing it fast but doing it well, that's when our tune changes, doesn't it? But hey, man, you know the horror movie. The calls are coming from inside the house. We let it in. We let we let AI in. We've shared our pictures. We've shared everything with it. And now we mad that it's taking our voices, taking our images, it's taking our jobs. Yep. And again, I don't even hate it as much as people do. I don't get worked up as much as people do when it comes to the AI. It's been too long, and you guys shouldn't either. If you're an artist, if you're doing this for a long time, we've already had so many other challenges, right? Player 2 has entered the competition. AI. Fight. People were talking trash about Photoshop when it came out. Oh, it's not real art. It's not this, that, and the other, or the Illustrator. Come on, man. It's just in our face all the time, and the industry loves to show off because they're making tons of money off of it. They're making tons of money at the expense of the artist. You guys know this. I'm preaching to the choir. And I think there's way too many old school cats shaking their fists at the cloud, and they're gonna stay there shaking their fists at the cloud. And what do the clouds do? They keep on passing by. The clouds will pass you by, or it's gonna rain on you. You can't beat the clouds. You can't beat the clouds. On a hot day, we look forward to it. On a cool day, we despise it. On a summer day, we rebuke it. It'll define your parade. So you have to, it can't define you and your anger. Honestly, peeps, listen to me. Don't let it define you and as an artist. Don't stop because somebody did it on AI. Do your own. And I keep forgetting to hit this record button. So it'll set us back as our. You think so? You're saying let me see what you said here. It's like the Daft Punk song. So no longer can you just be an artist. No, you can't be an artist or designer. What's in your wheelhouse with AI tools? Yep. Because as a designer and an artist, AI is in our toolbox now. It's it's encouraged now. in all our tools. And I think the issue in the future will be that people will no longer retain that know-how. Yep, to fix things, which will be the downfall. Wow, the downfall of civilization. Okay, you're probably right. You're probably right because just think of driving, self-driving cars, cars with lane assistance, cars with backup cameras, cars with parking assists. You don't even have to parallel park anymore, which was the bane of the teenage driver. Not me, because I'm a badass driver, but you know what I'm saying. We no longer, and now the industry, the driving instructors, or do they even teach parallel parking? They don't test you on parallel parking anymore to get your license. Yep. So we will forget. We absolutely will forget. But we won't forget to create. What'll happen is that we'll start back to the beginning of simple shades and simple colors, drawing, painting on mud, sculpting with rock and stone, ash on walls. It'll be a beautiful thing to rediscover all this stuff. It's just so funny how through for years we've romanticized the idea of robots and AI either through nightmares or through video games like Detroit. Have you guys played Detroit on the PlayStation 4? And where the robots kind of rebel and you play the in the side of the robots and they get abused and all these crazy things, and you feel for it, you romanticize saving the robots. Now kill them. What's the term that they're using now for people that would absolutely try to procreate with robots? Is it clankers? Is that the is that the expression? All right, where is? I don't know, brother. I don't know. It's just that we stick together. That's all, honestly. We're losing so much to that software, to all of it, and I think desperation is going to get a hold of all of us, one way or another. The desperate artist is going to say, "I can't do it without it," and we all need money, dude. Look at we all need money right now. We all need some way to survive. What the heck are we gonna do? We'll turn on each other before the robots do. What did today's video turn into? I'm drawing a jungle scene and we're talking about AI killing us. Killing the artist. Boop, boop. Boop, boop. I'm gonna have to try to mix in some flesh tones. I'm gonna be really loose. I want to play a bit on this one. Let's see. The references that I used obviously don't have any. Oh, I like that. Just drying really quickly. What can I use for flesh tones? Vermilion, of course. Uh, it's just really discouraging. It really is. It's discouraging to new artists. And I don't want people to be discouraged about creating art, man. And we shouldn't either. Sure. Thanks. My lovely family, they do their best to respect being like all quiet. Oh no, and I'm over here calling them out. I'm gonna let my. It's probably gonna be muddy, but I don't care. I want it to look kind of filthy. Um, my flesh tones. Can you guys see any of that stuff up there? What I do, and I don't know what I do, is I'll create a palette of colors ranging from light to dark or just tones that I want to emphasize on the skin. And I'm using a very modified version of the Zorn palette or the student palette. Let me just make sure that, which is vermilion, white, earthy yellow, and black. Actually, black in certain pigments is made with blue. So it won't be so dull. But if you mix your own black, which I believe I found a clip on how to do it. I believe it's red, blue, and there's another color, maybe red, blue, and green, and then you can the darkest versions of it, and depending on how much of those one of those three colors you use will be the tone of that. So as you start adding other pigments like white or yellows, if it's just a lot of blue, it'll turn greenish. It'll have a lighter, warmer color. I could be talking out of the left side of my AI, but I thought I saw a clip of that somewhere. When I'll find it again. All right. What I don't want to do, I can't see it showing anymore. All right. That looks actually not too bad. And then I'm going to use this blue that I have already in my I might make it a little darker for my shadows. You guys remember what blue that was? I think it was this one. And if I have to, I'll just jump into blues. You see that nice little caliclave of colors? A little smorgasbord. And I think, so if I add some yellows, I'll add it this way, which I probably will do it now. And then what I'll do is I'll just moisten my color and start adding, and then that'll be my base. But right now, we are not bad. So where was I? AI bad. AI bad. AI is bad. If you're going to be using it, use it to get better. What do I mean by that? If you see an AI piece that you didn't auto-generate, thank you, love. Appreciate you. Use it to get better. Study the colors. Study the composition. Look at what it's doing. Look at what it's doing wrong. If you can pinpoint what it's doing wrong, do it. All right. That's all I can say. To track aliens? Has it worked? Are they here? Is it pointing to Jacksonville, Florida? All right. Can you guys see this palette? Let me move my hand and my brush. My mix of colors here. My little Jesus. Put that up there. Put that here. Check this out. So those are going to be my skin tones for. I'm right now thinking about Tarzan. So I'm going to start laying down these colors with my square brush and start doing a tiling system around just the flesh tone. I might use this to start the loincloth. Excuse me. The hair is going to be a bit more cartoonish. Not cartoonish, comic booky. These are some of my comic references that I'm going to be ooh, Sab, I got to show you some of these, man. These were dope. All right, put that back. Yeah. I got a ton of these. More than I should have gotten. So that's going to be my building blocks for Tarzan. And what's really amazing already by this is that it's almost the same colors minus the red of the background. I'm going to keep the reds and the yellows and those warmer colors on the flesh tone so they would pop up, and a lot of the cool greens and blues, and then some of the harsh silhouetted versions of the canopy to make them stand out. All right. Your boy sounding like he knows something. I'm going to use, I don't want to be too precise, so I'm either going to use the filbert or the square. Usually my favorite brushes to use, but I don't think I've mixed enough, but that's okay. Gouache extends. I'm just gonna, now I'm gonna look at the reference just so that I can understand where the color's coming from. Do I need this? No, I'm gonna close some windows because quit. All I need is this right now. Do you guys care to see the reference of Tarzan here? I'm doing it anyway. Pow. I want to keep that lighting. I don't think I have. Shrink this. Dude, I got so much crap on this OBS. Alright, I'll put it down there. I hope it's not too distracting on the mobile version. I can't imagine the mobile shot and all this crap on it. You can't even see it'll look like a ESPN screenshot where there's nothing. You can't see the sport you're watching. Just all the crap underneath. All right. All right. One cool thing. So I'm just going to start building out. And I want to actually, I'm gonna move this over. Move this over. I have some of the most bare bones production values. Uh, one of it is laziness. One is because it's a challenge. Are they gonna come watch how well I transition scenes, or do they want to see me paint? And I hope it's because they want to see me draw and paint. One thing I didn't do that I should have done, I didn't take a picture of this. I didn't scan it. I didn't do nothing. It's too dark. Yeah, that's it, bro. I do my time lapses. I record sometimes on OBS. Well, when I do my long form videos is how I do it. Wait, there's a time lapse button on OBS? Or are you referring to YouTube? I'm also recording on my phone. And the phone is going to be for my shorts or for the Instagram. Ah, I see. Yeah, I started very bare bones. One camera, recording onto my computer. I was using, what's the damn thing for? Oh my lord, Premiere. I was doing all my editing in Premiere. Then lost that subscription. So now I use CapCut, free version, because your boy is cheap and unemployed. I'm not cheap, I'm just unemployed. That's a good line. If you guys are dating, for you in the dating scene, I'm not cheap, I'm just unemployed. Ah, I see what you're doing. I should. Now that Arts of the Round Table is educational and art educational. Knuckles. It's hard, man. I was using all these websites to try to build the channel, and it's just so unrealistic. The stuff that you're required to do. Oh, not you're not required to do it. The way they make it seem that you're required to do it to be successful. Um, Overwhelm the audience with cuts and just quantity, and I'm not in the mood to reduce the quality of my work. It takes too much. It takes too much time. No thanks, man. We all suffer if we do that. Would I love to have amazing editing? Hey, yeah. But nothing at the expense of my peoples, yo. I like how bright this is here. You know, I think I would be alright if I was to swap to go back to acrylic. I started out using acrylic. I like that muzzle right here. But I like the challenge of gouache, and I like that not a lot of people use it the way I use it. If only I can figure out a way to teach it. Yeah, bro. I think that the way I've done it so far, where I dedicate, there's certain times a year, the holidays, end of the year. So far, I've done some very personal and really good paintings, and kind of like up the ante in terms of production, and I think I'll keep that up. I think I'll keep that being one, because I like doing those, and the peoples have responded really well to those. They have been my most successful videos. I'm going to darken up those things. But some of these, I didn't do it for this one. I should have. Just because I have so many overlays during live stream, that if I was to record my screen, you'll have these overlays, and it just makes it really weird to do videos, short, like long form videos. I did it for Superman and Batman and Black Canvas, which you'll see soon. But I didn't do any dialogue. Ooh. I like some of these early successes. That arm is looking nice. But I am losing some of my original tones. But that's okay. I don't have a lot of him to paint. I probably should have moved around a bit more to preserve the palette. Shoot, AI is trying to help us with our YouTube videos now. We're back. We're back. I like that the reference has like a purplish color underneath. Maybe I'll have green or something as my undercolor. I kind of dig that. I might need to use a bigger brush. We're gonna need a bigger brush. That's the muscle here. Yeah. Yeah, bro. But that's all you need in this world, bro. Hype. All you need is hype. Everything is based on hype. Because the market's flooded with it also. Grab some more white. They don't even do a good job at but hell, let me help you with a thumbnail. Skims through your whole video and points out three of the worst. It's like, I'll do it myself. If all you're gonna do is skim through my video and hand over 3 or 4 of the worst suggested ones, I'll do that myself. I could be terrible all by myself. Right? Alright, let's get this blue in here. That's blue, by the way. I know it doesn't look that way because of the... That's the one thing I can't really get used to with smooth gesso. There's no tooth to it. I'm gonna add some brown in here. That is brown, right? Yeah. There's no tooth to it. So if you're not careful, all you're gonna do is just keep mixing and blending your colors. You gotta wait a long time for it to dry up. I think this is supposed to be here. Yep. So, but that Hellwar, am I saying it right? Piece you did that you showed on Instagram lately. That thing is cool. I'm telling you, I don't know how you enjoy my character building, I enjoy watching you build your forms, man. Stealing it. I can't steal it. I don't have the patience to steal. Hellwar. I don't have the patience to steal somebody else's style. You gotta learn it. Ugh. He got a little bit. I'm gonna blend those in later. Yeah, absolutely. You love seeing everyone's way of thinking. It's something where it helps you process in your future work. Yeah, man. Uh, I love process videos, even if it's something that I'm never gonna do or never even thought of doing. Because if you're in the position where you are doing it, those things come to mind. Oh, I wonder how they did it. I wonder how. Right now, I am cribbing heavily on what I think a Fabry look would look like. I love the way how kind of like meaty and lumpy his muscles are. I don't even know if that's a real technical term, but you know what I'm talking about. It has a real visceral look to it. I love that look. That sinewy, lumpy look. Dude, yo. I seen. All right, I'm gonna mention what you. I seen that technique somewhere. I think. I'm so happy he showed it. Uh, just yesterday. Just yesterday, my daughter's an artist herself, and we would always uh, talk about it. I used to have a pretty good success getting the flow of the gel pen to work. And she would say, "How can it work for you?" Da 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 da, whatever, whatever. And then yesterday, I called it to my office, to my studio. I said, "These pens, pop that thing out," and I explained to her the situation. The situation. And I mentioned how Rob showed it on screen. She goes, "Then why? Why would they sell us such a crappy product?" I said, "Because the money's not in the cure." But yeah, and then now I don't even have a need for the white pen. I can't wait to use it though. Beautiful work. It's funny the what we use for beauty, but that was beautiful work. I'm just gonna add some more white. Yeah, that is in. I got a gel pen there that I'm gonna try it out uh, soon, man. Like the benefit I'm having today is that it's drying pretty quickly. I got some Poscas too. I got these. Again, I be putting everything away whenever I need to talk about it. I got these acrylic pens. I got some Poscas that I haven't used. These worked great, but once you get the flow going, you better start writing. They will ruin your stuff. The Poscas are great, but those fine liners, those jelly rolls. What are those? Those were acrylic. Zayar. Let me stop this. Can you see that? It's too dark. It's too bright. Z-E. Z-E-Y-A-R. Acrylic paint pen. Water-based acrylic. Where's the place? They flow really well. They got several tips. Nibs. Yeah, I went Amazon hunting a while back. Always buy something and never get a chance to use it. Now I'm kind of like messily blending all my colors just for some vividness, some liveliness, and variety. Dude, my room is turning dark. I'm gonna have to turn my halo on. Oh, I can use this right here. Actually, I could have used that. Yeah, they work really well. They're basically cheapo, non-name Poscas. So here's a benefit from that smooth textured clear gesso and using it with gouache. You can blend. At the beginning it gets a little difficult because you don't want it to blend so quickly. You want to kind of like lay down your colors. So you can get your planes right. But once you get the gesso down, they kind of get some teeth. Now you can start playing with blending into each other and creating some really cool variations. I gotta turn on my light. Ay, caramba. That's actually not a bad start. I want to add some more greens in there. Greens and blues. And I might switch to my filbert brush. It makes for better blending. Yeah, I need some greens. We are in the jungle. I'm gonna add this green right here. It's super overpowering though. Let's see. Yes, yes, yes. So I'm gonna start adding a little bit of green to the undercarriage of this dude. All right. It's too much glare. This is kind of the weirdest thing about this paper. Everything is glare. Everything has glare now. We are right. All right. I'm just adding a bit more of the warm colors, vermilion, and I don't know if it's either burnt sienna or ochre. They're almost the same. So I could give him some warmth in his face. So I can blend it out. I don't know how much detail I'm going to put in his face. I don't think I will be. I want to have it suggestive. So far, me gusta. I might have to change the way this looks. I think people are finding my vertical stream and getting sick. Alright, let's see. And I'm only painting Tarzan right now, so I might as well. There, that's better. I think I can make up his hair as I go. I don't want to lose that shoulder. Emphasize the hand. These have been fun to do, these sketch covers. I'm trying not to think about them as sketches. I'm trying to think of them as the actual cover. Which is probably why I'm putting so much effort into these. But I've been having a ton of fun trying to realize them. Just get lucky that these books are around. The next one I'm going to do is going to be a bit more simpler. I'm going to try to just knock out the drawing and keep it in ink. I might do acrylic. Black acrylic. But I think the ink, I have some Japanese ink. No, New York ink. New York India ink there. That I would love to try out on a big piece. And get my brushwork on. Get these digits. One of the things I used to do when I started painting that was very frustrating. One, because I just didn't know what I was doing. I was trying to sketch my paintings, if that makes sense. Because I'm a sketchy artist. I try to sketch everything into my paintings. Watching these shows and watching these other artists paint, so much of the beginning of the process is suggestion. So I've been trying to incorporate a lot of that stuff first. Suggest the shape of the shadow. Suggest the highlight. Your eyes do so much heavy lifting when looking at a painting. And if you can just kind of figure out what the eye wants to see, you can just have it all suggestive. And that's what makes these master artists like Van Gogh and Picasso. Picasso was an amazing artist, but he's remembered more for his suggestive work as a cubism artist, or the cubist movement. But he can distort and eliminate certain features of the figure, and we still know exactly what he's trying to show us. That, man, that is dope. I'm no Picasso. But we could all try to get there. I'm just gonna put these blotches of highlights because I'm gonna paint. I'm gonna smooth them out later with my other brush. But as they dry, they'll blend in with the bottom colors, and it'll give me really cool variations of tones. I'm getting old, kid. Do people even remember Tarzan? You know how many people, when I did my Dick Tracy, just had no idea? That's cool. What is it? What? It just really surprised the heck out of me. But it gave me an opportunity to share a cool character, man. All right. I'm digging it. Digging it. I'm gonna need some. That's not the one I want. This one. We're gonna just chill out. I think that would look cool. This brush size is probably a little bit bigger than what I'm gonna use it for. So number 7 of these. I can't remember the name of it. We'll see what happens. But it gets a pretty good fine tip. Gives good tip. So I'm Bubble. Thank you for popping in before going to school. School is important, so go get your study on. Be better than us. Thank you for spending some time and hanging out. It is always appreciated. Oh yeah, I think I'm digging it. What's up, Chris? It's that sonic boom dap. I think once I get the face in here, the hair is going to be coming along. So for that, and then we can take a step back, let it dry, let us figure out what's happening. I'm going to show you guys some old school paintings, drawings, comics, comic books. Excuse me. And I keep forgetting to hit record on my camera. On my phone. To share the process. because I'm a doofus. All right, so we gotta figure out these highlights. Old school Tarzan comics always had most old school comics period. Black hair, blue highlights. Like that electric blue highlight. I don't know, yo. He riding the hell out that night. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. I should use I'm just gonna put some black on my palette here. I really do enjoy now inking more with brush, doing all the inking with brush. I just bought a ton of nibs and all this stuff for practice, and I just prefer doing inking style or inking my drawings with brush, and I keep that mentality of line weight and flowy brush strokes even when I'm painting. I did use the references hair, obviously here, so I'm gonna maintain that because it works for this composition. So let's do it. And then I'm gonna add the highlights in between and allow it to blend in, and then I'll do that a couple of times until I get the shapes that I want. I gotta leave some bits in the top for the sharpest and brightest of highlights. I just really enjoy the feathering effect you can get with brushes. And I know that professional inkers can get that feathering effect with nibs. Present company included, Mr. Saboteur. I just don't have that patience. All right, so have I done panel to panel with painted style? No. You mean like if I was to do this Alex Ross style where he painted Kingdom Come, that type of? Ooh, heck no, bro. You'll never see me. You'll never see me. I think what I'm gonna do is when I do my book or my story, I have an idea and a concept for a fully painted book. I just because it'll have me living inside my studio forever. I just need some type of income to to justify that. Um, but for some of my stories, I do have an idea to kind of like crib the way manga is. The mangas are, where the first few pages are washed. They're painted in some type of wash. But I would like to do the splash page painted. The first page as a splash and have it painted. It'll be kind of dope. And maybe some pinups in the page. Hero pages have it painted, fully painted, while the book is black and white. My problem right now is that I'll have a short attention span, and then I'll hate it. I'll be like, why did I do this? Why did I choose to do this? If that's what you meant. My panel to panel. No, dude, but Blade of the Immortal is dope. I seen a bit of the animation. I seen a bit of the live action movie. But if you're talking about the manga, I'll definitely pick some of that stuff up. The first couple pages of washed in inks and pencils in for full action. Yeah, bro. I was referring to how they did it for Fist of the North Star, which I think is just a reddish watercolor, reddish wash. All right, so I'll have to check it out. Like obviously the main kill scenes are beautiful. Yeah, see that would be dope, man. Can you imagine black and white, and then action scene and a crescendo to the end. You flip the page and it's just a fully realized either a wash or painted, even if it's still black and white or gray. What? Man, I didn't know it was that creatively artistic. I'm gonna have to see if I can grab a couple of issues of it. Yo, your boy got a ton of hair. Yeah, artistically, creatively, it'll be badass. And I think for the viewer, for the reader, for the reading experience, it'll be like, I think I gave him more hair. It would be dope. Like, I don't know how Alex Ross does it. How he can do a whole book. I don't know what his schedule is. But you can tell there's certain pages that are rushed. Look at me talking shit about Alex. But you can kind of tell. I think there's certain tells. Not everything has the same type of impact. But he is the standard for me right now. I saw you using some washes on that Hell Roar, that Hell Roar piece you did or shared, and then you threw the tones on top. That was freaking cool, man. Is that your technique? That's your style? Do you do that? Did you do that for Tommy's, or was Tommy's just kind of like a? I gotta go peek at it. Hello. We didn't have a wash, but I'm moving in that direction to save cost. Yeah, save cost on the on the sheets. Yeah. Is that dual tone? No. What are they called? I have a sheet over there. I added more blue. Zipatone. Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, you said you was gonna go buy a ton of it. You gotta go and buy the company. Are you gonna take any? Are you gonna take a break from working, or are you going on vacation? Oh, you family. Never mind. You're going family. Well, I hope you have a fantastic time, bro. When was the last time you went? Japan, right? Ooh, man. That's a grown child ago. 28 years, huh? Wow. Well, when was the last time I went to Puerto Rico? About the same? I gotta do some math in my head. 35? Ooh. Wow, is that right? Yep, 35 years ago. Now we're gonna wait. I'm gonna use this. You went to Tokyo 10 years ago? It's alright, bro. Ain't nobody here to call you out. Yeah, it is a lifetime ago. Oh, for me or for you? 30, 35 years ago. Yep. I gotta go back. I would love to go and take the kids over. I would love to go to Japan, Tokyo. Well, alright, so that means I have to adjust the shading in his face. But we moving and grooving though. There you go. Yeah, we gotta gotta take the missus out, man. We gotta do some traveling. And some of this. Well, but when we become jabillionaires, man, from our art, definitely make a trip down there. some shadow here. I'm gonna add a strand of hair. Just gonna take a step back for a second. Like, let me look at it. It's moving and grooving. I'm digging it. I like that shade of that weird greenish blue. I can emphasize some more of that so that his flesh tone can pop out. And I'm still using my reference here because the lighting is really well done, but I'm trying to see my palette in the picture while... Oh yeah, that's it. Uh-oh. Did I say something? I might have to mix some more skin tone here. Let it mix what's already there. Huh. It's understandable, man. Getting old. Stuff happens. I'm gonna try to keep his knuckles. Did I bring it? I finally brought it. I like that it's kind of darker here. I wonder if I should keep that energy. Have it dark, light, dark, as if he's crawling through. This is what I'm using as a mental reference. I'm using this favorite book. But he uses pencils over it. Pencils over his artwork and pens. I don't do that. So if I wanted to do that, those type of highlights, I'm just going over it again with my gouache. Gouache. He's nuts. Sonya the Adventurer. We know who that is. But yeah, look at those skin tones. I'm curious if I'm going to be able to kind of capture that energy when I start painting her. I want to, so maybe I'll just keep this in mind. I love the way that looks. I just love the whole piece. I love that face. I know he uses himself as reference for some dudes. That's probably him right there. I'm really a lazy learner in the sense that I probably won't be reading this. I'll use it as visual reference. I really should read it. What's that image again? This one. But I went through the process here, and I'll read the steps. And I went through the steps, and it's kind of how I'm building my Tarzan. I mean, you can see the similarities in just tone. This is Glenn Fabry. Glenn Fabry with additional material by Michael Cunningham and Ben Cormack. But I bought it for that cover artist is Glenn Fabry. You know the Preacher covers, and he did some Hellblazer, some Constantine. I thought it was going to be his whole process of just his stuff, but it really isn't. This is other artists. Kind of helping for... It's a good book for reference. Rough reference. So, we shall see. Some of it I won't use at all. That almost looks like Liam Sharp, but I don't think... I love the veins on that arm. It's bananas. See, I've been looking at that, and I've been looking at sketchy-wise and ink-wise. I've been looking at these Tarzan books by Joe Kubert. I got some Tarzans by Joe Kubert. I got Tarzans by where'd that go? Buscema. The way they draw women, they almost seems effortless. The thing that's funny about Buscema's Tarzan is just looks like a less buffed Conan. Which I have. I got some of his Conan books. I gotta schmoise in my palette because it's getting a little waxy looking. I'm only going to do very light highlights on his hands because I kind of like that it's hidden. I'll have to push that out, push that in, push that out. But yeah, that painter, Glenn Fabry, I love his work. I love how just gritty and meaty the skin tones are. So I wanted to kind of like, I accidentally did some of that look on my latest Spider-Man, and I liked it. I like it. So I picked up that book just to visually see a little bit of his process. And that's all I need, I think. I mean, obviously, it's just a lot of practice. Not there, here. I'm doing these broad strokes because what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my filbert, my and I'll blend it all in. And that is my cue. So I am going to let the music play me out. Been on for about 2 hours. I will not be on later on today. I will be on tomorrow. So I really appreciate you guys. Appreciate you, Sabo, hanging out with me, man, as always. Talking shop. One of these days I'll be able to mess around and we'll do a stream together later in the evening. But man, thank you so much, man. I always appreciate you hanging out. And that's it, man. So I'm just gonna keep noodling. I'll let the music play me out. This is Arts of the Round Table, y'all. My name is Mello. God bless you. Love you, mean it. And until next time, I'll draw you later. Bye-bye.
Real talk with a smooth little beat. If the world get loud, I get calm. Flip the pain in the art, that's the charm. Talk that real, keep it clean, keep it moving, keep it mean. From the soul to the screen, we don't borrow, we lead the scene. Arts of the round table. That always my name. Arts of the round table. Say it like the flame. Mellow is my name. Mellow is my name. Arts of the round table. We came to change the game. Yeah. Pass the mic, let the circle grow. One for the heart and the people who know. Every good word got a way back home. Every true sound make the young one strong. Yeah. Arts of the round table.